Hi guys, welcome to POMCLOSET. Today I've got the new design, which is the mesh top, and I just want to show you how I did this. It's actually very simple and you can wear these with many items, like what I'm wearing here. I have like the jeans short, or you can even wear with the bikinis bottom. I have the matching color, so you can wear these as a set, or you can just wear these with the skirt, shorts, or any items of your favorite. If you want to make the top like this, keep on watching. I'm using the yarn from Hobby. It's 500 grams in the brown color, number 11. This one is kind of like thinner than the one in the skin. So we will try this. And you will need the 3mm crochet hook, the pair of cutter, the yarn needle, and the measuring tape. To begin with, do the slip knot. I'll leave the yarn for weave in around 6-7 centimeters. And then change up to 71 chain for size small. 2, 3. Should be around 15 inches when it's stretched. For size M, you should have 16 inches. For size L, 17 inches, and size XL, you should have 18 inches. So this one will go on the waist part of the back. At the end of the row, you need to plus 5 for all sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. Then do the double crochet on the 6th chain. Like this. You will create the first mesh gap. The next one, chain 1, skip 1, do the double crochet on the next stitch to create the second mesh. For this top, I'm going to use only the mesh stitches. And just repeat by chain 1, skip 1, do the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, the next one, do the double crochet, and repeat like this until you get to the end of the row. At the end of the row, you will have a mesh rows like this. Row 2, you need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work, and then do the double crochet on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be on top of the double crochet from the previous row like this. And then chain 1, skip 1, do the double crochet on top of the previous double crochet like this. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Very simple, very easy, because we're using only the mesh pattern for this top. The rest you will need to repeat until you get to the last mesh. So that would be on, let's skip 1, double crochet on this last one to complete row 2. For row 3, you will need to repeat row 2 by chain 4, turn the work, and then the double crochet on top of the previous one. S, I will go for 32 rows. M, you can go for 35. Size L, you can go for 38. Size XL, you can go for 41 or 42 rows. The yarn gauge for this one here is 4.7 stitches is 1 inch, and 2.6 rows is 1 inch. Alright, here is my back piece. I have started from this bottom part here and then work up to the top part for 32 rows for my size small. The measurement of this bottom part here, as I have mentioned, is around 15 inches. On the side of this piece is around 12.5 inches for size small. Do the slip knot. S chain 21, M chain 25, L chain 29, and XL chain 35. So I'm making the S top. It works out like 4.4 inches. For size M, you will have like 5.4 inches. L, you will have 6.4. XL, you will have 7.4. After that, you need to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the double crochet on the 6th stitch to create the first mesh like this. Chain 1, skip 1, go to the next one. Basically just using the mesh pattern. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochets. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochets. Repeat these until you get to the last stitch. On the second row, chain 4, turn the work, do the double crochet on top of the double crochet here to create the first mesh. The rest just repeat by skip 1, chain 1, skip 1, do the double crochet on top of the previous row. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Repeat this until you get to the last mesh. Skip 1 and then you need to double crochet on this stitch to complete row 2. For row 3 to row 10, you need to repeat row 2. For size M, do 12 rows. For size L, do 15 rows. For size XL, do 18 rows at the end of row 10. For size M, at the end of row 12. Size L at the end of row 15 and XL at the end of row 18. On the row 11, chain 3, turn the work. On the, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, on the 5th stitch, you need to do 2 double crochets. So now we need to increase one side, which is the chest part. I will do 2 double crochets in the same stitch on the 5th stitch like this. The next one, just do the double crochet. The rest repeat the mesh pattern. Chain 1, skip 1, do double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous row. For this chest part where we have just increased, so I will repeat these in every row to complete row 11. For row 12, chain 4, turn the work, double crochet on top of the previous one, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. And now you have 1, 2, the last one here would be 3 stitches left. And I need to do 1 change, then do the skip 1, go to the next one, do 2 double crochet in the same stitch. On the last stitch, do the double crochet. So now we increasing the stitches on this part here. The row 11, we increase it by the 2 double crochet. On this one, we increase the last 2 stitches with 2 double crochets, and the last stitch is double crochet. The next row, I need to repeat row 11 by chain 3, turn the work, and then do the double crochet on 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th stitch. So do 2 double crochet on this one. Row 11 to row 32. For size small, I need to increase the size by doing the 2 double crochet on the 2nd stitch. On the next one, I do extra double crochets. So that would be the same as row 11. You have chain 3, here's chain 3, the next stitch is 2 double crochet, and the next one is on top of the mesh, because the rest I still want to keep the mesh. So the next one here, you need to chain one, skip one, do the double crochets, chain one, skip one, double crochet. So the mesh will still remain. As you can see, it's only increasing on the second stitch from the chest part only. The rest I need to complete my mesh row. That would be row 10, 11, 12, 13. For row 14, you need to repeat row 12. Chain 4, turn the work on this side here, and that would be on the armhole part. You don't need to decrease or increase anything. No stitches added. Complete the mesh. Now you have 3 stitches left, which is 1, 2, and 3 on this one. And then I want to do one more mesh, the same as row 12. And skip one, go to the next one, do 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and do one more double crochet on the last stitch. The last 2 stitches you will have 3 double crochet, exactly the same as row 12, and on row 13 you will have exactly the same as row 11. So I will keep swapping between these 2 rows, like 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, until I get the total of 32 rows. I have the same amount of row as the back piece. I have done up to row 32. Number of the rows would be the same as the back piece. The measurement here I have is around 9 inches because I have ended up with like 43 stitches. So next I need to do the straps, which I want to continue working from where I have the yarn left. We'll do 4 chains, do the double crochet on between the 2 rows here. I will go here. It's quite difficult to find the change, but here is the one. To create the first mesh, chain 1, I will do the double crochet. It's in between the 2 rows. Here's a stitch. That would be the second mesh, chain 1, go to the between the 2 rows. So we have the 2 double crochet rows. I want to do it in between. Here I have the third gap, the third mesh, chain 1, and do the last one on the between these 2. I have the one here. So I have 4 mesh of 4 rows. On this one, by chain 4, turn the work, and then just repeat the mesh. Skip this, then go to the double crochet, do the double crochet, basically just do the mesh pattern on these as well. Skip 1, chain 1, double crochet, skip 1, chain 1, skip 1. Here is the double crochet on the last stitch. To have the second mesh row, I wanted to tie it on the front part, then chain 4, turn the work, and repeat this mesh. Keep repeating this. For size S I will go for 15 rows. For M you can go for 20, L 25, XL 30. Depends on how you want the length to be. Chain 1, cut off the yarn for weave in. Now I've done the front part on one side. So you can see here, starting from up there, working it down, and then adding the straps here. After you complete this piece, do one more of these. My second piece. So it's exactly the same identical pieces, one for the left side and one for the right side, like this. So now I have 2 front pieces and the back piece. Bring the back piece to connect I will lay down firstly the back piece, and then the front piece, and another one will go like the other side, like this. By connecting, I will start from this corner. Actually, I can reconnect the yarn. I don't want to waste too much of the yarn. The connecting method I have already done the separate video, so you can check these out. After that, you have the two, the back and the front. I will start from the last stitch here, the front and the back piece, and then pull the yarn through. Like you can do the slip stitch or the single crochet on each of them. I'm just gonna go for like single crochet on each of them. This one here, front, back, single crochet, front, back, single crochet, front, stitch, back stitch, single crochet. Keep repeating these until you get to the last stitch, cut off the yarn, then do the other side. Alright, I have done both sides of the shoulder part here by using the single crochet on each of the stitches. Now I will work on the side. I have put the stitch markers on here where I want the armhole to be, and I have counted that down, like that would be on the 15 mesh when you count it from here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 15 mesh. I put the stitch markers on as well as on this side, and the rest you will need to put the stitch markers on. And this side, by putting the stitch markers away, reconnecting the yarn from the first mesh, tie the yarn. On this part here, I will do it differently from the shoulder part. I'm gonna go for like 2 single crochet, pull the yarn through. I will do 2 single crochet on each mesh here, so each of them, and then the next mesh, front to back, do 2 single crochet. It's kind of like easy, but if you want to do like the single crochet on each stitch, it's kind of okay. The next mesh, just repeat 2 single crochet, the next one, front to back, 2 single crochet. Repeat these until you get to where you put the stitch markers on. That would be the armhole part. After that, cut off the yarn for weave in and repeat the other side here. Now I have connected the side. So the armhole here I have, it fits my arm because it's not that big. So yours is probably different from mine. So you can decide on which rows you want to go to. Now the front and backs are connected. So I turn to the right side. Now have the lovely vest. But for this top, I want to have the sleeves. So I'm just going to make the sleeves to go with it. Leave the yarn for 5-6 centimeters for weave in, and then do the slip knot. Chain 45 for size small, 49 for M, 53 for L, and 57 for XL. So I would chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is 45 chains for a size small. That would be like perfect for my arm, my wrist. I don't want it to be too tight, but it's just a perfect fit. If it's still too tight, you can always add the chains. For row 1, add 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the double crochet on the 6th stitch to create the first mesh like this as always. So that would be the same as other part of the top. I'm gonna use the mesh pattern for the whole top. After that, chain 1, skip 1. The next stitch, do the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet on the next stitch. Repeat these until you get to the end of the row. For row 2, chain 4, turn the work, and then repeat the mesh pattern exactly the same as other part. keep doing these for the total of 50 rows for all sizes. For these sleeves here, you can go for the shorter version or the longer version. If you want to have a shorter one, you just reduce the row. These sleeves, it's going to be like a straight piece, so it's nothing too complicated. The sleeves is done. The width here would be around 9.5 inches for size S. MLXL should be 1 inch, like different. The length of these sleeves here, I have like the total of 50 rows. The measurement is 19 inches. If you want a shorter version, you can always do. Put the stitch markers here on row 40. When you're starting from here up to here, it's row 40. On the other side is also row 40. I want to fold this part here, and I want to leave this hole for the armhole. How to connect the sleeve? You need to fold it, and I will reconnecting the yarn. So like this. Put the yarn through. I'll chain 1 first, and then 2 single crochet on each of this mesh up to where you have put the stitch markers on row 40. So I have worked up to where I have put the stitch markers on, which is row 40. So I will leave these for the armhole. I can actually try this on. It's actually a bit tight, but I wanted to have the tight sleeves like these. If you want to have like the loose sleeves, you can add more stitches. So this one here, it's kind of like perfect for my mini top. I want it to be tight, I don't want it to be too loose. So I can actually turn these sleeves onto the right side like this. And I will bring the top to connect. Here is the top, so I want to connect like the right side to the right side. Here is the wrong side, so you can see from the seam allowance here, the under armpit. And I can actually put the stitch markers on in the middle part of these sleeves here. So it's easier when you connect. Put the right side of the sleeves to go under the armhole, like this. Now put the stitch markers on, armpit, armpit. That would go, where I have put the stitch markers would go on top of the shoulder. The rest you will need to work it out, like balance all the stitches and length. Use the stitch markers. Like on this one here, it would looks a bit weird like this, but then you need to put the stitch markers on and then work along these like this, and on the other side as well. So now I have the stitch markers all the way around the sleeve. I will start working from where I have the yarn here. Bear in mind that they are not going to be the same amount of the stitches, so you need to work this out. For example, this first one, I can try do the single crochet, 2 of them, 2 single crochet. Basically just balance the stitches, 2 single crochet on this mesh, get rid of this, and just work along the length, so there's no specific stitches. Like this one here, the sleeves would be a bit bigger, but then you can do like 1 single crochet like this. I will go for 1 single crochet on this side, and on the back I will bring it together, just equally balance the stitches of the body part and the sleeves. We'll continue doing this all the way around, cut off the yarn, weave the ends in, and then do the other sleeve. This is how the mesh top looks like. As I have mentioned, you can wear this with many items. So guys, if you like the video, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Any questions, please leave it down on the comment section. Share the works by tagging me on the Instagram accounts. I would love to see the works. There is a tip, so you can see here this top, the extra top that I haven't included in the video, but I have done this top before in the past. I think I've done it last year, so you can just go back. I will put the link down below so you can see how I make these. It's actually very easy. It's adjustable. Unlike this part here, you can make it like smaller just to cover the tits, or you can just wear it like these. There is a strings on the back. I just made these just to match my color, to match the mesh top. If I wear the top alone, it might be a bit see-through. So, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video.